Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, episode 85. It is the first Monday of 2026 when this is coming out. And I want to start this episode with an exciting announcement. We are changing the direction of this podcast going forward. We're going to change a lot of things. We're going to go over that here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. And if it's for you, I am excited for what we are going to roll out here in the first quarter of 2026. So I want to start out by being super clear. This is not a rebrand. This is not a marketing decision, and this is not about growing a bigger audience. This is really diving into all the things that I've seen in the last 2 years of being a fractional CFO. So after exiting my electrical company, started doing fractional CFO work for companies in the trades. And this kind of reboot, reset of the podcast is going to be all about telling the truth of what actually makes and breaks businesses in the home service space in the $3 million to $10 million level. And that's who this podcast is really for. Over the last several years, like I said, I've spent my time inside real home service businesses, looking at all the numbers, doing a bunch of financial assessments, figuring out what works and what doesn't work, and realizing that so many of these home service companies are super financially fragile underneath. You can believe all the things you want that you see on social media and all that, but the truth is most businesses are struggling more than they let on. And it's becoming super clear that the conversations most owners need is not the conversation that most podcasts are having. So that's where we're kind of flipping the script. We have all the sunshine and rainbow podcasts about how great everything is and all the things you need to do. But at the end of the day, we need to have a financially healthy business. Otherwise, there really is not a point in owning a business in the first place. So here's the hard truth. Most businesses at this level do not fail because of effort. They have worked really hard to get where they are. They've got thousands of 5-star Google reviews. They got millions of dollars of revenue. They've built a pretty strong team out in the field. They've got a strong office staff. They're not failing because of marketing. They're doing the revenue. They are really good in their community. And they definitely don't fail because the owner doesn't care. Most of the people that are going to listen to the show, most of the people that we work with, I would say 98% of the people we work with and 98% of the people that reach out to us, they are a founder-led company, meaning they were a technician one day, they decided to start their own company, and they really, really want their business to succeed. They care a lot. But the reason most businesses actually fail is because of the numbers. The numbers do not lie if we know how to read them. Revenue might be up super high, but revenue is not going to solve anything if there's nothing left over. The team is super busy, but if we're not super productive and not doing the right things, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, there are way too many businesses where cash flow is just super tight. Payroll feels heavier than it should. Every time we have to go make payroll, no matter the dollar amount, it is a little bit stressful. And the business just feels fragile. We can't sleep well at night. We aren't super confident in the direction of the business. We feel like we're going to work every day and, trying to survive. And we're just not achieving the goals, dreams, and aspirations we had when we started our business. Even though from the outside looking in, we've got the 10, we've got the 15 vans, we've got all the recognition, but on the inside, it's not as successful. So there is a disconnect between what the numbers say and what the owner feels. And that's really what quietly destroys great companies. And that's what this new podcast reboot is going to be all about. So all the old episodes, they are still going to be out there. They're going to live on forever. So the first 84 episodes, still a ton of value, a ton of experts, solo shows, all that. But going forward, this podcast is changing in one very specific way. We are going to now call this a boardroom. It's going to be board level conversations about the financial pressures, margin breakdowns, cash flow, debt risk, valuations, all the things number driven for businesses in the $3 to $10 million home service space. And not only that, but inside real businesses, you're going to hear conversations with owners who are still in the middle of a little financial pressure. You're going to hear from operators who were in the middle of that financial pressure, almost lost it all and then rebuilt it. And then we are going to bring on some subject matter experts, whether it's lenders, CFOs, turnaround professionals, people who actually see the inner workings of very successful businesses and businesses that aren't doing so well. So it will not be theoretical. It won't be all hey, chase this bright, shiny object. It's not going to be, rah, 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 super motivational. And it's really just going to get down into the nitty gritty. My belief is so many businesses are so close to being very successful from a financial standpoint. We just got to be willing to start doing things differently. We got to have the difficult conversations. We got to make the difficult decisions. So that's really what we're going to do. The podcast name is going to be the Turnaround Boardroom. We are going to act as the boardroom. Like I said, we're going to bring in real business owners who are in the struggles, real business owners who made it through the struggles, and then other experts from a financial standpoint, from a turnaround standpoint, to discuss what's working and what's not working. So who is this for? This podcast is for owners doing roughly $3 to $10 million in revenue who know something is off, even if they can't fully articulate it. Most business owners, almost all, did not start their business because they love numbers. They started because they're really good at being a plumber or really good at being a landscaper or an electrician. And then before you know it, they're doing millions of dollars and they always say, I'm just not a numbers person. I don't get it. We're doing all this revenue, but there's no money left in the bank. So if your revenue looks strong, but cash feels tight, if payroll still makes you a little bit uneasy, and if there are numbers that you don't know or you're just avoiding looking at, and maybe you're just not confident in your business and you don't think it would actually sell when you want to sell, then this podcast is for you. So if you're looking for surface level advice, 30,000 foot view type stuff, quick tactics to do these things, that's not going to be it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to take real work and it's going to take time and patience to get our business financially healthy. So if you're looking for the quick tips, tactics, hacks, surface level advice, this probably is not the show. And like I said, that is intentional. There's plenty of that content out there, but we're really going to start diving in and getting real with business owners in the thick of it, people who have come through the other side of it, and then people who are helping them in those positions as well. So what's this going to look like? Basically two types of conversations going on. One, similar to now, short solo episodes where I break down the financial realities of owners that they don't like to talk about, that they avoid, or they just don't know what they don't know, and what those realities mean for cash flow, profitability, and the valuation of your company. So we'll probably still do that once a month. And then the other ones will be a little bit longer than our previous episodes. These are going to be a little more long-form conversations where we document and dig in with real business owners under pressure, trying to turn their business around, or they've turned their business around, and the decisions they had to make in order to change the trajectory of the company, the hard conversations they had to have, the changes they had to make, and they had to start doing things differently. We're going to dig in. You guys are going to listen to it, and we are going to have a great time to it. So that's what's to expect. If this sounds something that is very familiar, maybe a little bit uncomfortable, you're in the right spot. Like I said, this podcast is no longer about adding more noise and all the things that other podcasts do. There's plenty of it out there. A lot of it's great. But at the end of the day, what I've realized is sometimes we give everybody too many things to focus on. It can be overwhelming. Hey, listen to this marketer. Hey, listen to this expert. Hey, did you check out this sales process? All these things. And before you know it, we don't know what we need to focus on. And what we have learned over the course of the last couple of years, not only on the podcast, but in the work that we do on a daily basis, is we got to simplify things as much as possible. And we got to use numbers to decide what are the next steps. So we don't want to bring on a bunch of guests where you start going down these rabbit holes and chasing bright, shiny objects if that's not going to solve the biggest problem in your business. And I am here to tell you, the numbers will tell you what the biggest problem in your business is if you know what you're looking at and know what they should be. So this podcast is going to be about clarity. It's going to be about discipline. It's going to be about control. It's going to be about financials. All the things that take a $3 million to $10 million business and make it profitable, help you build generational wealth and achieve the goals you set when you started your business in the first place. So if that's where you are in the right place. The next episode will be coming live in the next month or two, to be honest. I don't have an exact date. We need to have some time to line up all the interviews. We got to interview real business owners, which is, to be honest, a lot harder to coordinate than it is the expert marketers, the expert salespeople, the expert AI. Those people are they're doing podcasts every day. Real owners, they're still in the grind running their business on a day-to-day basis. So give us a time to line up some interviews. And lastly, call to action. If you want to be interviewed for the podcast, if you want us to dig into your business on air and figure out what's going on, kind of real-time diagnosis of your business, or you've made it to the other side, you're at 15 to 20% net profit and you want to share your story to help others, I would love to have you on the show. So easiest way to do that, just email me, paul@thebluecollaradvisors.com. If you just send me an email and say, I want to be on the show, that would be awesome. Like I said, we're going to be interviewing business owners who are in the midst of the struggle. We're going to interview business owners who have made it to the other side. It's going to be all in the home service and trade space. Everyone doing between, call it $3 and $10 million, give or take. And then we will interview some other financial experts, valuation experts, people that are digging into the numbers and getting real with owners like yourself. So stay tuned. Super excited about it. Again, if you're interested in coming on the show, I would love to have you. Email me, paul@thebluecollaradvisors.com, and we'll get it on the schedule. That's all we got. Let's make 2026 the best year yet, and we will chat soon. And before you head out, if you are ready to have a business that produces consistent positive cash flow so that you can have a financially healthy business and achieve your personal goals, let's make it happen. Head on over to thebluecollaradvisors.com/call to book a free financial assessment of your business. I will dive into the financials of your business, take a look at what's going on, find any red flags as well as opportunities that you have in your business. Let's make it happen. Again, thebluecollaradvisors.com/call. Until next time, remember, what got you here won't get you there. If you're ready for different results, it's time to start doing things differently.